So I'm going to show you how I make my really simple green smoothie. It's a great way to start the day. My kids love it. I know that I've given them a kind of baseline of nutrition. If I haven't got time to eat anything, if you're looking for a simple meal replacement, for example, this is just really good. Or maybe just an 11's or a snack or anytime post-gym. This is really kind of what I've boiled it down into the key ingredients that I particularly love using all the time. So I'm going to start with a bit of kefir. Obviously, good beneficial bacteria goes in. And then I'm going to top that up with some whole milk. So I've got good healthy fats, plenty of calcium, a bit of protein, vitamins A and D. Then, of course, to make it green, you need your green powder, and I'm going to use chlorella. Now, I've looked at lots of different types of powders. Chlorella, I think, is a really good blue-green algae, and it contains lots of minerals. You're looking at iron and magnesium and zinc. And interestingly, it also contains something that we're hearing a little bit more about these days, and that's astaxanthin. And this is a really powerful antioxidant. Look at that. You don't actually need to use much of it. That is a kind of a bare teaspoonful. Now you can add more or less as you choose. I would say start with something, just a bare teaspoon, and then if you really love the flavour, because it is quite green, it is quite grassy, then you could add 1 or 2 teaspoons just according to your own personal taste. Then to give it some protein, I'm using a protein powder. I like this one from Strong Nutrients. It's an unsweetened vanilla protein powder, and it's just made with casein, which is a really good form of muscle strengthening protein, and a little bit of vanilla and some magnesium. And I'm using about half a scoopful in there. And then I'm going to add some turmeric. So turmeric, we know, is anti-inflammatory. It has lots of good gut bug benefits. I'm using a nice teaspoon of turmeric that goes in there. And then to help activate the turmeric, a little bit of black pepper. It's the curcumin there. We need the piperine from the black pepper to help activate the curcumin. And you don't really need to add any extra fat in that because you've got the whole milk and the kefir. So I am now going to whiz that up using a hand blender. So it takes, whoa, just takes a few seconds. There we go. Now, if you want to, you can leave it just like that. To be honest, for me, that's what I tend to do. I tend to drink it just like this. But my kids are a bit fussy. They want it a little bit sweeter. So for them, if I'm making it for other members of the family, I will add a banana. Lots of potassium, you've got prebiotic fiber in bananas. I tend not to use a banana because it does give a little bit of a glycemic spike. So I try and keep my sugars a bit low. But I think for them, you know, if I'm looking particularly for something for them for breakfast before school, then it's nice to add in some extra calories there. They also are not massive fan of the green. So to sweeten it a little bit, I add a tiny splash of pure vanilla extract, just a few drops. And that kind of counteracts the green grassiness of the chlorella. And then if you really wanted to, and this is just something that's up to you, really personal preference, you could add a tiny bit of runny honey. Again, that will make it that bit sweeter, just a tiny bit. That's real, raw, natural honey. But as I say, I tend to have mine without the banana, without the vanilla, and without the honey. I have mine straight. But if I add all those together in there, you can see, really simple. You can use any kind of mixer. Obviously, you could put this in a NutriBullet. You could use a hand blender. That's made quite a lot. That would be enough easily for 2. And it's that lovely, thick, creamy green goodness. It's quite sweet, actually. It's nice. Hope you enjoy it. Leave me a comment below, let me know.